This story is out of Lowell, Michigan. It happened in November 2022. A tip was given to Hillsdale Police Department. The tip may have come from the pervert herself. Heather Wallace, 43 years old, was married, and she also uses her married name, Heather Smith. It was involving a strange man she had met on a dating app. This is what she told the police. He had asked her to take pictures, not of her, of course not, of her 3-year-old granddaughter, and he also had asked her to do things to her granddaughter while he watched via video. That's when Heather was so disgusted, she went down to the Hillsdale Police Department and told them that 52-year-old Daniel Remming had asked her to take pictures of her granddaughter, inappropriate pictures, and violate her. But she told the police that she refused. She only babysat her granddaughter while the mother worked. That's it. And occasionally, frequent the dating sites. But other than that, Heather just had a regular life, right? Now, the Hillsdale Police Department would do a month-long investigation. I guess something just really did not sit right with them about Heather. Heather told them that she accidentally deleted her Facebook page. When police asked to, just see it, she said she accidentally deleted it. Now, people, including myself, who have tried to delete the Facebook pages, is nowhere in hell you can just accidentally delete it. You have to go through a bunch of steps. It's difficult. You don't just delete it. Not at all. And the Facebook page was where a lot of the conversations with this Daniel Remming would take place. So once again, she accidentally deleted it. And oh yeah, Daniel was home too when he was talking to Heather. And he had a wife too, at home, everything. So a search warrant approved information from Meta, where the police got a warrant also to look at Daniel's phone. And it was right there on Daniel's phone. Heather, in her home on Hunt Street in Lowell, Michigan, was doing whatever this man told her to do, again via video, to her 3-year-old granddaughter, and she willingly did it without a problem. And he kept some of those horrible pictures and videos of the abuse. I mean, why wouldn't he? Because he was actually SAing his own granddaughters, that's right, and multiple other young children at the time. He would do this right there in his home that he shared with his wife. Now, the wife, they say that she didn't know, that she'd be downstairs, sitting on the sofa while he's upstairs with the granddaughters watching TV. I mean, she didn't know. That's what's being said. And of course, I did look on his Facebook page. It doesn't seem that he posted anything publicly as of 2020. But, I normally also would add pictures to my video, but the articles didn't mention the mother of the children's name, which would be his daughter and her children. So they do that, to protect the children. So I just decided not to put any pictures of him dated back to 2020. So this picture right here, his mugshot, is the only picture that I'm using for the video. Now, he was sentenced to 15 to 30 years, and he will receive additional time for the things that he made Heather do to her granddaughter. Now, I'm not sure if any other victims may come forward throughout these years to add to his sentence. I kind of think they probably will, most definitely. And Daniel is a habitual child sexual predator, and he does not need to be around anyone with children again, or any children at all, related or not. I mean, it's just sick. Now, if Heather is found guilty, Heather Smith is looking at 20 years. So let's just hope she's found guilty. And also that this little girl can, mentally heal from this. Now, we know she was only 3, but Abuse is abuse. And I've looked at a lot of stories where people very older now remember situations when they were very young. So let's just hope that Heather Smith has to do her time. And the little girl is right back with her mother. And I'm sure it was a shock to, the daughter that her mother was doing this to her granddaughter. Very, very, very disgusting. Now, this next story is Teela Moore Hendrix. She was 35 years old. This is out of Udawa. That's how they pronounced it on the pronunciation thing, okay? So she pled guilty. Now let me tell you what she had pled guilty for. Teela, she says she's bipolar. And there was an incident when she rammed her vehicle with her husband and her children inside, and then she barricaded herself in the house. She was ultimately arrested, and at that time she was charged with reckless endangerment, aggravated domestic assault, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. She said she also was going through, I guess, like a manic episode. Somehow her phone was involved. They wasn't really clear on how they got this information, but they got it. So that's the only thing that's important. So she said she only started this when she met a man online, another man online, and he was abusing his daughter. So she thought to herself, well, she has children in the house. She could pick one and abuse them, These videos was again actually found on her phone by the police. Teela was transporting child videos and crush videos. For those of you that don't know what crush videos are, I did several horrible stories on this channel involving crush videos. Is basically when a human will, sexually violate a dog, and sometimes the dog may die during the act. It's disgusting, it's nasty, and they call them crush videos. So she was also involved in doing these crush videos, and she would record them. Not only did she do these crush videos and add them to an online group, but she also started to violate her son as well. And again, she's trading them and she's selling them on this little group that she's involved in on the dark web, profiting off the abuse of her son and torturing the family pet. This is what she was doing. Now, I could not find if the man who she was sharing and selling these videos was investigated for at least abusing his own daughter. I mean, it may have been something that he just said to lure her to do something to abusing her own 4-year-old. Who knows? Now, Teela, she did receive 235 months in prison, short of 20 years. When released, she will have to be under a 10-year supervision, and she will have to register as a sex offender. So Teela and Heather, this is what they do, both married women with children, but this is what they do when they meet strangers online. Interesting how someone online can make you want to do this. It kind of seems like you probably wanted to do this anyway. That's my feelings. You can't make me do anything, unless you have a gun to my head, and still I'm not violating a child. You just can't. You can't. So one lady is right where she needs to be, and another lady is going. And I use the word lady loosely. Have a great Friday.